Welcome to Where I Find My Ships, and today we're going to be looking at the mighty Narwhal. We have to dispel so many mistakes that you see on YouTube of early claims about this ship. One, it's not the most expensive ship to purchase in the game. That belongs to the Voyager 3. In fact, you look at the list, it's all the way down here. It's, I don't know, not even in the top 20 of the most expensive ships. And there's also a lot of claims that it's the best ship in the game, and it absolutely is not. But it does have one really unique component. It's the only base ship in the game that has this, and it's because of this one component that the Narwhal has the highest hull health, which has always been its strongest selling point, and why it was so easily to mistake as the best ship in the game. So in this video, we're going to do a deep dive on the Narwhal. We're going to look internally and externally this time. So I will be showing off the internals, but with a bit of haste. If you do enjoy that, definitely hit the like and subscribe just to let me know that that's something that you're interested in, as I know quite a few people have asked to have internal showings. So we'll give it a crack. But where should we start? Well, there's something I want to show you first. Now, what you might not know is that the Narwhal is basically the same as the Orca 3. In fact, the Orca 3 is technically better than the Narwhal. It ranks higher in parts, damage, and shields. But it is missing that unique component that really makes the selling point for Narwhal so strong. And if you look at the Orca, you can straight away see it looks very similar to the Narwhal. And of course, the Orca is almost completely identical to the Crimson Fleet Wraith Mark III. So technically both those are the same. But look, if you just take out the forward sensor from the front of the Orca or Wraith, and you switch in a storeroom 1x1 mid, throw in the Nova weapon mount at the front, change the color, sort of move the weapons around, and then it's like bing bada boom. You can see they're very, very similar. So I just wanted to highlight that point, that if you're looking for a Narwhal, depending on your levels, you might just be better off going on the hunt to get a Wraith Mark III. But if you're hunting for this rare component at a lower level, well then the Narwhal is definitely going to be the choice. And that's the biggest thing with the Narwhal, is it's accessible straight away. There is no level unlock, which makes it a very attractive early game ship. You're not going to get access to this reactor until you're level 52. And not to mention that you cannot get access to the Orca to purchase until you're level 64. And the Wraith, you're not going to see around the galaxy unless you get pretty lucky until you're around that same level of around 60. So that's why the Narwhal does have a high selling point early game. But there's arguably better options again. We're not going to worry about that. We're going to hone in on the Narwhal. And first off, let's just have a look at this beauty, because I have to say it looks fantastic. With this color, I don't know the exact color code or what it is, but it just looks awesome. It'd be cool to see other people build ships and have this same color arrangement. I reckon it would look supremely wicked. But yes, it's a very nice looking ship. Definitely adds to the appeal. Comparing that to the Orca 3, which looks like poo compared to this thing. But the first thing we have to cover when looking at the Narwhal is its most defining feature, which is the Pinch 8A reactor. This is the very component that gives the Narwhal its insane hull health. This reactor has the highest hull health in the whole game. It comes in at 1,950 as its base hull, which is absolute insanity. So if you've ever wondered why the Narwhal has such a crazy hull health in its totality, because of this reactor. The level unlock for this Pinch 8A reactor is 52, but you won't see it in Technicians until you're at least that level, and it also requires Starship Design rank 4. You're going to need both of those to be able to muck around with this, but you could always buy the Narwhal and get access to it straight away. It comes with a power of 36, which isn't too bad really, a repair rate of 5.75, which is very decent, and a reactor health of 122. That's not bad. It ends up being pretty much the 6th best reactor in the whole game currently. Now, where would you get this? You can get it from these Technicians, of course, once you're the appropriate level. But as you can see here, the ships using this reactor is only the Narwhal, which I thought was really cool and interesting about this ship. Now, the other components. So the J52 Gamma Grav Drive, the best grav drive in Starfield, level unlock of 53 with a value of 118,200. Won't go into any more detail of that because we covered that so much. So if you do want the best grav drive, you just throw this bad boy on. It does come with the Odin 3040C shield generator, which is one level down from the top model, the Odin 3050. But the 3040C is a class C, has a power of 9, only 9 bars. It does have a low level unlock of 36. You can get access to it quite early with a regen rate of 5%, but the value is pretty expensive. It comes in at 33,800. So overall, it's not a bad shield. You can easily upgrade this. So the Narwhal uses 2 different engines. So it's got the Nova 1000 engines on top. So we'll start with those. Now the Nova 1000 engines aren't anything to really scream home about. They're Class B with the power of 3. You can attach 4, but the Narwhal only has 2 of these, so that would give it a combined thrust of 25,740 and a combined moving and thrust of 6,750. Now it also has the Nova N20 engine, which is 2 models up. This will cost 12,000 per engine. Does have a level unlock of 31. You can have a maximum of 4 on your ship. The Narwhal only has 2, which would give it a combined thrust of 32,160 and a maneuvering thrust of 7,440. So now let's combine the 4 engines together. So adding all 4 engines together, it would have a combined thrust of 56,900 and a combined maneuvering thrust of 14,190, which really is very average. Hence why the Narwhal has such a bad mobility of 58. So moving on to the weapons, we'll start off with the Blaze P 2GW SX Pulse Laser Turret. This is a turret, so it's going to be automatically firing. It does have a power of 4 and the Narwhal has 3, so it's maxed out there. It is a Class C. It does have a level unlock of 30 with the value of 21,000. And if we combined all 3, we get a combined hull damage of 96 and a combined shield damage of 300. Of course, this is a laser, so it does good shield damage and average hull damage. Pretty much a very mid-tier kind of laser turret. Now, it does have a more impressive ballistic weapon, which is the Marauder 115N Rapid Railgun. Quite a common weapon on many of the base ships in Starfield. Class C, of course, with a level unlock of 49. And to purchase, it's 37,500. Narwhal only has 2, which would give it a combined hull damage of 264 and a combined shield damage of 80. Ballistic weapons being much higher in the damage range for the hull and much weaker on the shield, of course. Level unlock is 49 for these. And the last major component is the 40k missile launcher. 40k is a very mid-range missile launcher, only costing 10,900 per unit. Does require power 4, so you can only stick 3 of these on. Narwhal only has 1 of these attached, so it does a hull and shield damage of 82. Has a level unlock of 30, but you can see looking at the weapons, it's all very average. But at the same time, it's not too bad considering how early you can get this. So it is a bit of a toss up there, but again, not bad to upgrade these. So those are all the major components. So now we're going to go and have a look in more detail of the internals. So all the habitations, and just look at this ship. Doesn't it look unreal? And the scale of it. And this is just a little bit of a walk around just to give you some idea of the scale and its beauty. And you can see here it's got its reactor and grav drive nicely placed at the back, and we are entering, and we're just going to be entering from the Shipbed 200 landing bay. Definitely one of the more pricey sort of landing bays. And now we're just going to open the front door. And as we enter in, and upon entering the ship, you'll land in the science lab 2x1. This is the bottom. So we're at level 1. See here, it's all just looking very, very awesome down here. So here you do have your pharmaceutical lab and you'll have your research lab, but it's a very detailed habitation. Really love the attention to details in these. Kind of looks unreal. Exactly what you sort of expect on a spaceship. But we'll head up to the second level and we'll just ignore this room for right now because we'll come back to it. And we'll head over to the left-hand side here, which is level 2 again. And this is going to be our infirmary. 2x1. You can see all the beds, straps, just in case you do get in trouble and you need to be strapped down. Crazy. Love the attention to detail again. You do have a little research lab PC here, so that's kind of handy. And we can also go up to the 3rd level, which has all your workbenches, which is pretty mad. So it'll have your weapon workbench, your spaceship workbench, have your industrial workbench. So it's not me personally, I like to have these sort of on my level 1 just as I enter my ship, but that's just a personal preference. You can obviously stick these wherever, but it's good to see that the Narwhal has it. Got infirmary and the workshop, which is pretty damn sweet. Okay, so heading back through the infirmary, we are going to end up in the all-in-one berth, is the 2x1. Okay, next we're going to head into the computer core 2x1, and this is again just a very cosmetic room. It does give you 5 hull, but it looks really cool. Fortunately, it doesn't really do anything for your ship. It does add 1 crew station, which is very handy, but beyond that, it's just a cool cosmetic looking room. And at the very end here, we just have the storeroom, so we won't worry about that. It's just a 1x1. And then we'll venture into the cockpit. So we'll head back through the computer core and jump into the control station, which looks fantastic. The control station's great for adding extra crew spots to your ship. This will add 4, which is pretty damn high for a habitation, so not bad at all. And then moving along from the control station, we just enter into the cockpit, which looks unreal. I really like the big open space here. You can almost throw a party in here. Absolute nuts. And that's the Shogun cockpit, and it has a cargo 200, a hull of 5, and a crew station of 2. So very nice there. And we'll just head down the ladder in the computer core, have a look at the storeroom again, and then we're going to switch around here and then enter into the final 2 rooms. So this one is the living quarters 2x1, and that's Sarah sitting there. Take that, Sarah. Then we'll just jump up into what will be your it's called captain's quarters just in here. So this is a nice little private little getaway for us. Got a stuffed toys, yeah, looks freaking awesome. Coffee machine, you name it, you got it. Now I'll just quickly show you how to get from the main door to the cockpit, just to show you how quick it is. Very straightforward. It's only up a couple ladders. Now I know people hate ladders, but for me it's a non-issue. You just jump if you have a decent jetpack here, but I stuffed it up. I didn't have my good jetpack attached, so I had to wait a little bit. But yeah, you just get up there, go through the control room into the cockpit, and it's very simple and easy. So yeah, that's kind of a summary of the Narwhal. It is a pretty damn epic ship early game. 100% it's good for that. And if you grab it and upgrade it, it is an absolute monster of monsters with that high hull health. Want to do another video where we build on top of a Narwhal. And for those that don't know where to find Narwhal to purchase, I'm just going to walk you through that quite quickly now. So we need to find the Volii or Voli Alpha system. We need to head to Volii Alpha, which is in obviously the Volii system, or Voli, however you want to pronounce it. And we want to head it on to the Neon Core. And then from the Neon Core, once we get out of the elevator, we just hook a left, and then we will just walk up the street there. You'll pass the Trade Authority, the gun shop, the 2 merchants on the left-hand side there. And we head all the way to the Rujin side of the town, and we just walk into the elevator basically and hit the Astro Engineering in the elevator. And when you get up there, you get this awesome shot of a ship I don't know the name of. If you do, let me know. Can't get in the game, but it's very easy to build, very similar to the Spacer and the Mako Mark III. And then we simply just head over here to the showroom, and we talk to this beautiful lady, Veronica Young Wachi. Woo! You can tell me ships all day, baby. You know what I mean? But yeah, you talk to her and she will list the Narwhal pretty much every single time you talk to her. So there shouldn't be any issues trying to find the Narwhal, because it'll always be sold here. And there you go. So yeah, if you did like this and how I've sort of done it, let me know if this does well. I'll definitely cover some more ships like this. But yeah, please consider liking, subscribing. It does help and make this worthwhile. Peace.